All right, Lionel, it is Sunday. We are here. We're alive. I don't know if I feel like I'm alive, somewhat. My nose is killing me because these allergies fucking suck.
You know, people were saying that, like, people lately have been saying that we all died during COVID and we're in hell.
Or, you know, there's the other theory, too, that when the CERN, what was it, the Hydro Collider, when that got turned on, we just all got sucked into a black hole. We're already dead. And then we're just, you know, living out life. Either slow or fast. That's why time's all messed up.
Bro, I know we're about to do the podcast. We haven't even done the whole name thing yet. But if this really is purgatory, bro, this shit sucks.
Hey, but we're somewhere in the universe, and somehow an alien spaceship came by. But on top of all that, we got some good-ass wrestling this week. And we're going to get it to you. We're going to get this content to you on the only show that matters, the best wrestling show on God's green earth. What is it, Lionel?
This is the new Nelson Ratings approved episode of Off the Top Rope.
Oh, we got a Nielsen rating.
Oh, we got one. It's as low as all the other wrestling right now, too, bro.
Shit. Probably higher than TNA, bro.
It's a possibility. But actually, you know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to them. They apparently got 6,000 people for Bound for Glory tonight, or now, actively as we're recording. I think Bound for Glory is happening right now. So shout out to them for getting 6K people in an arena for Bound for Glory.
Yeah, shout out to them. That's all they get from me.
I mean, I'm sorry, I gotta watch the Hardys and Team 3D, but you know.
Yeah, you gotta watch the Hardys and Dudleys. Too old. Yeah, they might as well bring the fucking walkers to the fucking ring. That's literally what that match is.
Bro, Matt Hardy might have to. I'm being very genuine when I say this. I am concerned for Matt Hardy's knees.
You see that dude fall down, it's like, oh, stop falling, Matt, because it's getting harder for you to get back up, bro.
Bro, it is rough. And this is not me trying to dunk on anybody. This is not me trying to do anything like that. This is me genuinely concerned for the well-being of Matt Hardy. I am also concerned for Tanahashi's knee, but Tanahashi I don't know what he's doing to his knees right now, bro. He has I don't know what he did. I don't know what kind of shots that he's taking. Because the way he's been wrestling lately.
Hey. When you know something's about to end, you go all out, and that's what Tanahashi's doing. Plus, he came to AEW, got the AEW energizing, I don't know, youthful energy, and then went back to Japan and is doing all that work right now.
He going to be wrestling tonight for tonight for us in the afternoon for Japan at King of Pro Wrestling. Yeah. So, and he has the opportunity at another title. I don't think he's gonna beat El Fantasma. We'll talk about that when we get into the King of Pro Wrestling part of things. But yeah, shout out to Tanahashi. Shout out to Matt Hardy. Please, bro, do like DDP Yoga or something. Anything.
Well, actually, yeah, that would be good.
Yes. Yes.
Get some flexibility, bro, because it is very sometimes I don't think he's gonna make it to the ring when he's walking to the ring.
It looks bad.
Yeah.
So, and plus they're doing a TLC match too, right? So y'all just be safe for the love of God, please.
Be safe. Be careful. We love the Hardys. Don't really like Bully Ray, but I like Devon.
I'm convinced that Devon was like, bro, I don't want to fucking do this, and Bubba was like, come on, we gotta get the check, brother, or whatever. However, Bully talks. I don't know. I haven't heard him talk in years at this point now because he just spouts bullshit.
Well, thank goodness.
Yeah, I don't. Whenever I see a clip of him, I just mute, move on. I'm good. I don't need to hear anything you're saying.
Don't recommend this page. Oh, excellent.
Done. Well, yeah. Bound for Glory happened tonight. We didn't even talk about that, right? I just got reminded that's happening right now.
I forgot.
Yeah, I got reminded. So again, shout out to TNA for getting 6,000 people in an arena. That's dope. I know everyone's doing their thing, wrestling, blah blah blah, all that bullshit. I am very happy when wrestling does well, for the most part. So, TNA, as much as I am not a fan of TNA right now, and I make that very plain and obvious, I'm happy y'all got the people that y'all got.
Yeah, I look, I'm in the same boat. I'm not a fan of TNA right now. If you want to, if you guys want to go back through our stuff and check the things, you will see that at one point in time, I was doing TNA reviews every week.
Right before the NXT invasion happened.
Right before the NXT, actually, like right before the NXT invasion happened, and just like, I did like 1 or 2 shows after it happened, and then I stopped.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? We're gonna get onto the regular program, but Proffitt.
Yo,
I got to tell you something that just happened at Bound for Glory because I just saw the clip.
Oh no.
Frank, call your shot. You know that was the thing that TNA does, right? Call your shot.
Yep.
We have a winner, well, winners of the Call Your Shot. Apparently, Frank Kazarian and Nick Nemeth, they pinned each other at the same time, and they are both the winner of the Call Your Shot trophy.
Huh. How does that work?
I don't know. Apparently, the crowd was not fucking with that at all either. So TNA doing TNA things. That's all I'm going to talk. I'm not going to be looking at this anymore. It showed up on my screen. I was like, Proffitt, this is live. We have to talk about this really quick.
Oh man, yeah. How's that going to work? Is somebody going to have to call their shot first? Do they split up the fucking trophy? Is it a 3-way when they do it?
I don't know. I'm not going to hold you, Proffitt. I don't care either. I don't know.
It sounds dumb.
You know what I do care about?
Ooh, what is that?
There's a show coming on tonight for us in the afternoon for Japan.
Okay.
Probably one of New Japan's biggest shows of the year. This show is hotly anticipated because this is going to be the start of our build to Wrestle Kingdom.
Right.
King of Pro Wrestling happens tonight or in the afternoon. So by the time this episode goes up, because it goes up early now. We've been consistent. We've been doing a good job with that. Yep. But by the time this goes up, the show will have already happened. But for us, it has not happened. So we decided we want to do something fun. Because at this point, by the time this happens, again, people will have already seen it. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down the card. I might touch on story like a little bit, not too much. And we're going to try to do our predictions now. It'll be quick. We don't have to go like super hard onto this. Also, this is my time to try to convince Proffitt to watch the show. I don't know how much is gonna work, but I'm gonna try. All right, Proffitt. I'm gonna give you the rundown, and then we're gonna pick who we got winning. Y'all, let us know in the comments if we were right or wrong. I mean, I'm gonna know by the time this goes up because I will have been awake. But let us know if we're right or wrong. Let's have some fun with it. If you haven't watched the show yet, by the time this goes up, put your predictions in the comment also. First match, IWGP Women's Championship match. Saray versus Shuri. We're getting the run back. They've been beefing for a few months now. As long as New Japan does not do the thing where they only give the women like 5 minutes, this match has potential to be the match of the night. It's going on first.
Wow.
Proffitt, who you got?
Oh, let's see. Damn.
Oh, you know what? I probably should have sent you the thing, huh? I didn't even send you the card.
Nope, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, you're looking. Okay, good.
Damn. I'm gonna say Saray retains, man.
I think so too. I think I'm not saying Shuri's on her way out. I don't think that, but I think we're gonna see Shuri and Saray, both of them a little bit more in America, but Shuri most definitely we're gonna see more in America. I think.
Yeah, I think Shuri's about on her way to start doing an excursion.
She said she was doing it before. Then she was at Allin, had that monster pop. People were very happy. I was very happy. That's when I lost my voice at Allin, and yeah, that was it, right? She had surgery, then she went back to Japan. So I'm expecting to see her here and there, but we'll see. Second match, they don't really have a lot to do on the card, but they need to be on the card type match. We have the unaffiliated, which is Teton, Hiromu Takahashi, and oh my god, I can't say Shingo's name apparently. Takaki Shingo versus Bullet Club War Dogs, Clark Connors, Taichi Izumori, and David Finlay. There's not really a lot of story here. They've been kind of just like, it's a match that's kind of been thrown on. They've been around each other throughout the Road 2 shows, but it should be a good match. Who you got in this one, Proffitt?
Who I got on this one is definitely not Bullet Club War Dogs. I think it's gonna be another team.
The unaffiliated?
Unaffiliated, yeah.
I think so too. There's a story going on right now in New Japan where Finlay is very insecure. Finlay has not been winning a lot lately. He lost in the G1. He lost against Suji in that last match. Kind of underwhelming also. And he's been like a real paranoid about being betrayed. So I have a feeling that, I don't know if it's true or not. We don't have anything, but I feel like Finlay might be leaving New Japan in the next like 6 months. I don't want it to happen because Finlay has leveled up so much in like the last year and a half, but it feels like it might be his time to go. Next match. This was just announced to be something different now. Now, I should have had this prepared because they announced it last night. So the match is Drilla Maloney versus Sonata. And now is a Riot and Ryogoku match, which is no DQs, no countouts. Story of this match at this point is Sonata has been hitting Drilla Maloney with a guitar for like the last 3 months since the G1. Drilla is sick of it and he wants to kill Sonata to the point where he wore like a Rest in Peace Sonata shirt during the Road 2 shows. Who you got in this one?
Oh, I got Drilla Maloney.
Yeah, I think Drilla's winning this too. I think Drilla really needs a big win here. And no offense to Sonata, but had one of the biggest fall from graces I think I've ever seen in wrestling. So he can lose this and he won't be fine because he's not fine right now, but he can lose.
He is not okay right now.
Bro. He's been faction hopping. You would not believe that 2 years ago he main evented the Tokyo Dome. With how he is right now, you would not believe it.
That's kind of weird, man.
It is. Like, it's the biggest fall from grace I think I've ever seen. Like, in company. I'm not talking about, like, outside. Because, a lot of shit has happened outside companies, right? Like, I don't think we have to talk about all the tragedy and shit that's happened in wrestling. I'm talking about, like, in ring, the fall from grace from being world champion 2 years ago to not being on the Wrestle Kingdom card last year. Or to now, whatever you're doing, fall from grace. Fourth match, we have Hiroki Goto returning. Goto's back. He's done filming Street Fighter. He's not with Cody, Roman, none of them no more. He's done filming. He's done his thing.
Thank goodness. That's a train wreck of a fucking movie.
So we have Hantai, Yoshihashi, and Hiroki Goto versus TMDK, Kosei Fujita, Hartley Jackson, and Oiwa. Who you got in this one?
Oh, bro, Hiroki Goto and crew, man.
Yeah, Goto's team, for sure.
Goto ain't losing, bro. He just came back.
I am very scared that if Goto wins this match, he's going to main event the Tokyo Dome. And I'm not saying that would be a bad thing because Goto was on like a crazy high this year.
Right.
But I don't know what's happening in the Dome, and I think it's really scary. And I'm not saying Goto being there would be bad, but what I am saying is I feel like we should use the Tokyo Dome to put someone younger in there, have a very fresh main event on Hiroshi Tanahashi's last night wrestling, and but that's just me. Next up, our fifth match, the New Japan World TV title match. This is also the El Phantasmo's 20th anniversary in Hiroshi Tanahashi Final Road. For the New Japan World TV title, El Phantasmo versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Mm-hmm. Who you got, Proffitt?
You know who I want to say?
Go ahead.
The GOAT.
Look, at this point, by the time that people hear this, it will already have been done. So who cares if we're right or wrong?
I want to say Tana's going to win and take the title.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ELP.
Okay.
Because, look, Tana he has not been shy about losing on this tour, but he's also not been shy about winning on this tour. And a lot of matches I thought he should have lost, he won. So,
yeah,
at this point, anything's possible.
Yeah, I feel like he's just going to little bro him. Hey, stop little bro. I got this. We can get it back later.
I mean, that's literally what he did to Yuya.
Hey, Yuya, this is my spot, little bro.
Yeah, good job. He did everything but pat him on the head, bro. Everything.
He probably pat him on the head and the back, dude.
He's like, good job. Ruffled his hair. Good job. I'm proud of you. Next match, which has the potential to be potentially the worst match of the night. For the Never Openweight Championship, we have champion Bolton Oleg versus Evil. Proffitt, who you got, and why is it going to be Evil?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to say was Evil.
Mm-hmm. For those who don't know, at this point, we had a Road to show. We had a junior heavyweight title match between El Desperado and Doki. A rematch from Wrestle Kingdom, where Doki got hurt. Doki is now in House of Torture, if you're not caught up. And Doki beat El Desperado. So Doki is a double champion. He is the junior tag champion and the IWGP junior heavyweight champion. So I have a feeling that Bolton's about to drop that title. I don't think I want him to. I definitely want Bolton to be doing anything else with that title now at this point, instead of doing House of Torture stuff, but, you know. Next up, 7th match. IWGP heavy tag titles. Yuya Uemura and Shota Umino versus Oscar and Yuto Ice, the Knockout Brothers. Yuya and Shota don't even have like a tag team name. They're just kind of working together. Yuto Ice hates Yuya because Yuya broke Yuto Ice's collarbone, and he's been very stiff with him. But they had a couple matches. They had a couple singles matches. Yuya and Yuto Ice and then Shota versus Oscar. And Knockout Brothers lost both of those singles matches.
Uh-huh.
Who you got in this tag title match?
Knockout Brothers.
Same. Also, fun fact. If the Knockout Brothers win this match, this will be the first time the tag team titles have been successfully defended in like a year.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Every other tag team in like the last like 365 days, and like a little over a year maybe, has lost on V1.
Holy shit, that's kind of crazy.
The tag division has not been great.
Yeah.
Next up, we have our 2 money matches. First, the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship match. Our champion Gabe Kidd versus Yota Tsuji. Again. Who do you have in this match?
You already know. If you've heard me talk about him on the channel, you already know who I'm going to think is going to win. Is Yota Tsuji. That's the guy, man. That is the guy.
I'm in a very bad place with this because I wanted Tsuji to be the one to challenge the winner of the main event at the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
If he wins, that's not going to happen. If he loses, that's not going to happen. So I think they're going to put the global title back on Tsuji to keep him away from the world title. And I think that is a horrible decision. Horrible. But what do I know? Next up, we have our main event. A match that might have a lot of controversy depending on what happens. IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match between our champion, Zack Sabre Jr., and challenger, Konosuke Takeshita. Which, fun fact before I ask who you got in this one. Neither Zack or Takeshita were on the Road to shows. Neither one.
Now that's interesting.
Yep. Neither one. Zack has been very humble in his post-match, or not, in his, like, comments.
Yeah.
Because people have been kind of on Takeshita. Like, if you're on that side of wrestling fandom, people are kind of on Takeshita for not being at the Road to shows. Zack also has not been at the Road to shows. It's a very interesting thing, and we know that they wrestled twice in the G1. We know that, but a lot of the build for the Road to shows has been around the global championship.
Yep.
So Zack and Takeshita have been like MIA. They were at the press conference last night, this morning, depending on where you are. Zack was very humble about the whole thing. Takeshita was Takeshita. We don't know what's gonna happen. This is a very weird situation. Who do you have winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship?
I think Zack Sabre Jr. retains.
You do?
And here's my reason why. I think right now, Zack retains because Takeshita is going to go back to AEW. And he's going to be the one that beats Okada. And because that's the build in AEW. The build in AEW is him. They're building up to that money match between Takeshita and Okada.
Yeah.
So I don't think they want him as the world heavyweight champion because he's going to have, he's gonna have AEW duties, and it seems like AEW is his main. So yeah, I feel like Zach is winning and retaining.
I hope you're right, but I have a feeling that they're gonna give this to Takeshita. And I have a very sinking feeling in my gut that they're going to use that title win as a prop to continue the build between Okada and Takeshita. And I know this is wrestling. I know belts are belts, everything that's around wrestling, whatever. But I don't think it would be... Again, this is me as a Takeshita fan. If you listen to the podcast, you know I love Konosuke Takeshita. That's not no doubt. I think Takeshita winning right now would not be good for New Japan. Because if we want to be honest, when Moxley won the title, New Japan needed that, right? Because they didn't have anyone to step up.
Right.
The problem was they had Naito win the title. And Naito at that point was cooked.
Yeah. Boy was cooked. Like bad.
I don't think people might not remember that Forbidden Door match, because that Forbidden Door match was not great. I feel like we could be in the same situation here, but now it might be worse because using Okada as a prop, and you know, I have a feeling Okada, even if they were doing whatever they wanted, Okada probably ain't coming back to the Dome this year. I would love him to be there. I don't think he's coming back to the Dome. So it's going to be, I hope Zach wins, but I have a feeling Takeshi's going to win. And that's not going to be good for New Japan, who's already actively struggling when it comes to, building new stars. Yeah, Takeshita has a contract, so he's a star in New Japan. Is he, though?
Is he though? Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, like you can visually see this. His main contract is in AEW. Shit, he moved out to America.
Bro, he's been having a bunch of throwaway matches outside of the Brodido match.
Yeah.
During the road to, but Zach wasn't there either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen tonight. Or for the people who actually listen to the podcast, I'm very curious about what has happened, because it will have happened at that point. But I don't know. But yeah, bro, that's King of Pro Wrestling. What do you think of the card?
That's a solid card, man. Like, there's a lot of great matches in there, except for the evil match. It's not Bolton No Lake's fault. It's because it's evil. Other than that, yeah. Everything looks solid. The women's match is probably, if they give them time, is going to steal the show.
That's what I'm hoping they do. That's what I'm hoping they do. I don't know what they're going to do, because New Japan has been really bad about that. I think the person who had the longest match in a New Japan ring for that title was Mercedes. Mercedes was in that match with I forget who. It was a triple threat. That was probably the longest one. But yeah, Do we have any other? I have a piece of news for you, but do we have any other news before we move forward?
Let's see. I don't have any news, but what do you got?
Apparently, the 6K was a lie.
The what?
Apparently, the 6K from TNA was a lie.
Oh no.
Yeah, you look at the show, and this is no shot, because I was very happy literally 20 minutes ago, but. Yeah, apparently 6K was a lie. There's a lot of empty seats in this screenshot that I just saw.
Oh God, no.
And again, this is no shot, nothing like that. It's just,
Hey, they're trying their best to say there's people there, right? There isn't. Probably trying to make Javon Van Vince feel better, but whatever. Oof.
And apparently, like, there were some YouTubers who were giving away tickets to Bound for Glory also.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
People weren't buying those tickets.
No. Anyway. Yeah. There's a lot of talk about that. That's going to be a talking point. Probably tomorrow. By the time this goes up, it's going to be a talking point. So we're going to be very early on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went from congratulations TNA to, oh yeah, that probably was a lie.
It's like, ah. And they got gut punched.
Yeah.
Well. It's harder to lie with a smaller crowd. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not watching the show. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, they're, it is what it is.
Yep.
Speaking of liars.
No.
Are you ready to talk about AEW? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Speaking of some lying sons of bitches, you ready to talk about
AEW Dynamite? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Like, wait, what? How did it go here?
I don't know, bro. We talked earlier, bro. I am exhausted.
It's okay. I'm equally cooked right now. Man.
Yeah, bro. It is rough out here right now.
But yeah, let's talk about that good old AEW Dynamite.
Yes, sir.
And man, what is a better way to start off than a promo between Samoa Joe and Hangman Adam Page, man?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not gonna like read through the whole promo or anything like that. I'm just gonna pick out some points and like talk some things. But man, look, Hangman was pleading his case, and the story for Hangman, and I think this is his story going through, and the reason why he's doing all these clean matches is that people don't believe he is really a world champion worthy, that he is really a world champion. That's been the word. And when Samoa Joe brought that up, I'm like, you know what? That's been pretty much the story. Everybody's like, no, you're not the whole world champion, or you're not a viable world champion. MJF did it. Kyle Fletcher was kind of there with it. It was mostly Don Callis that was saying it. But ever since he's gotten that title, people have just challenged his status as world champion. And Hangman every time is like, look, I'm the goddamn world champ. And at the end, once I beat you and they declare me the victor and, I retain, you better get your ass up and shake my hand. It's like getting your ass kicked in a fighting game, in a tournament.
Yeah.
You get destroyed and then the guy wants to shake your hand. But fuck your handshake.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to be shaking that hand. Especially if they have like that smug face. And Samoa Joe, he be having that smug face sometimes.
Oh, he had that smug face, man. No, he didn't have no smug face. He was angry today.
No, he was angry on Dynamite. But if he were to win, he'd have that Joe look. He would have that Joe look if he were to win the title next week. So,
okay, I gotta say something. When Samoa Joe was cutting his promo and doing his thing, I had flashbacks of Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
I didn't play the game in English. I need to, maybe that's what... I don't want to hear English Majima, though, bro. I just don't.
English Majima was pretty good.
I've had this Majima now for 3 years. Or however long it's been since I played the Yakuza games.
The worst English voice actor is the Kiryu one. I don't give a fuck if he hears this or not. Fuck him.
Every time I hear the English voice, I get a jump scare. Like, straight up. Like, it doesn't sound right. Like, it doesn't sound right, and that's the problem.
Yeah, like, he hasn't gone through no shit. But anyways, his character Raymond in Pirate Yakuza Hawaii, when Samoa Joe was talking his shit, I felt like he was channeling Raymond. I was like, wait a minute, did he just turn into Raymond? Hold on. Which, he does the same performance over there, like, plenty of times. Like, when he screws you over, oh yeah. He's cutting that promo.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna say overall, man, like this starting out, Samoa Joe was like, hey, you didn't give me an opportunity. The ops took the opportunity and helped you so that I can get this title shot. So I'm taking what I deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, pretty much, we're going to fight, and you're going to slip up, and I'm going to choke you out. And that's going to be it.
Mm-hmm.
And Hangman is like, no, look, the problem you're going to have is you're going to have to outlast me, and I don't think you can do it. So one is Samoa Joe's waiting for you to mess up. Hangman is just going to wrestle the shit out of you for 60 minutes. Which that's what it feels like is going to happen. And then he's going to finally take him out. So that dynamic, it's going to be interesting to see the match at Wrestle Dream. So fantastic promo. They were both fired up. Great way to begin the show. So yeah, it was fantastic. What did you think, man?
I want to take your point, and I kind of want to run with it too. I think people have forgotten because there are a lot of the Hangman has done nothing wrong people out there. Mm-hmm. But Hangman has done a lot wrong. Hangman was a piece of shit up until about 5 months ago.
Yep.
for a solid like year, right? Like he was screwing a lot of people over. So a lot of this Hangman title reign, in my opinion, is him not only like redeeming himself, but righting a lot of his wrongs, right?
Yeah.
Because people forget that triple threat match between Samoa Joe, Hangman, and Swerve. Mm-hmm. Who lost that match?
It was Hangman.
It was Hangman. And Hangman literally lost it so Swerve couldn't win.
Yes.
So like a lot of this people are like, oh, why is everyone freaking out over Hangman? It's not that. Hangman still has to prove himself again. Maybe not as a world champion. He is a world champion. But just this is gonna sound crazy, but like as a man, he kind of has to prove himself again, right?
Yeah.
Like, because he was undercutting, he was doing a lot of really bad shit for a year. Mm-hmm. So a lot of this title reign is going to be him righting a lot of those wrongs. And one of the wrongs was him losing to Samoa Joe the way he did.
Right. Because he could have gotten out of it. He could have.
Yeah.
And he didn't, because if he did, he knew Swerve was going to win. So that's why he tapped out.
Mm-hmm. And what happened? Swerve ended up having the rematch one-on-one with Samoa Joe and beating him anyway.
Yep.
But, like, that's where a lot is going to be coming from. So I feel like a lot of Hangman's title opportunities are going to be either like this with Samoa Joe, where he has to prove himself against them, or he has to be the veteran like he was against Kyle Fletcher. Mm-hmm. And he had to prove himself to Moxley, right? That's why we had the Moxley rematch.
Yeah, because Moxley kind of had the, it was kind of the same way. He's like, okay, you had a bunch of people help you and things like that, but nah, if you're going to hold this title, you got to prove it. Mm-hmm. You're not going to just take the title and destroy everything that we built. I want to know for sure that it was pretty much I want to know for sure this title's in good hands before I let you go wild with it.
Yep. Yeah, that's why this whole thing's like kind of interesting to me. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, the story of this match." I just explained the story to you. Also, honestly, this ain't the first time Samoa Joe has just been pissed off at somebody for feeling like he disrespected him. That's also a story. Sometimes, like I don't know, Proffitt, you've been here before. Sometimes if someone disrespects you, you want to slap him in the face.
Or it could just be a random thing too. Like, and it could just be the wrong person, right? It could just be that one person that you see them and they piss you off anyway. Normally you would let it go and they would do that one thing and you're at 0 and they do the one thing and it sets you to 10 immediately. That's pretty much, that's what it feels like with Samoa Joe.
Yeah. And sometimes that's all you need, especially for like a short build like this. Mm-hmm. And plus, again, like we said, we just gave y'all a year of backstory between Samoa Joe and Hangman just now.
Yes.
So, y'all want to fry, talk about like matches and stuff like that. There you go. There's your story. Have fun.
People cry about everything, so who cares?
That's very true. But I can tell you, this build having no story is also a lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Yeah. So
it has over a year of build. So yeah, like almost 2 years, right?
And you're gonna be seeing a lot more of this, because it's not just Samoa Joe, it's not just Jon Moxley that Hangman has done bad things against. Like once we get Jay White, there's a built-in story there, right? Swerve obviously is a built-in story right there. Ospreay when he comes back, if he comes back, whenever he does, if Hangman loses or wins, whatever, the story built in there. There's like Hangman has a lot of stories with a lot of players in AEW already. So you can do this story, something similar to this, with a lot of people. Plus, let's not forget, MJF still has that contract.
Yep.
There's a lot going on in the men's world title scene right now.
Yeah, the men's world title scene is kind of crazy. And look, that's not even like scratching the surface, right? Because you look a little bit deeper. Eventually, after the Demand and Hurt Syndicate feud ends, right? Mm-hmm. Bobby's going for something.
Bobby has talked about wanting to win the world title.
Yeah.
So, you got to deal with undefeated Bobby Lashley also. Well, undefeated in singles Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, he's eventually going to be He's going to be coming for somebody's title. I'm just saying. It won't be anything less than the World or Unified. Is probably what I would say.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like this. I like where this went. I was already kind of excited for the match anyway, but this made me a little bit more excited for that match next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a fantastic match. Not match. It was a fantastic promo segment to start it out. Again, we had another one with Mark Briscoe. And, it's Mark Briscoe, man. He took over the interview. He was firing up everybody on all their big matches. And, we had, he said, Big Tom is going to go out there and go against Moxley. Well, that was our first match of the night. Jon Moxley and Tomohiro Ishii. Ishii. That was a match.
So good.
It was like they were cheer. Look, did you hear the crowd cheer for Ishii?
Of course I did. That's the boy. That's the man. That's the goat.
Man, everybody. Look, he hasn't said a word. Okay, everybody loves Ishii. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to say a word. He just shows up. You hear the dog barking for the little, his intro theme song. You already know what's gonna go down. Ishii's gonna come to the ring, and you're gonna be hitting hard, and you're gonna be doing shit. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna have a banger,
and
that's what he had. And man, I give props to both, man. Ishii, he had a bloody nose. He was breathing through his mouth. He didn't care. He kept going. Jon Moxley's on another level right now. I think he's even better now after he lost the belt than he was with the belt.
Oh yeah, this is I don't know what it took for him to tap into this. I don't know if I don't even like saying being bad on purpose because a lot of that title reign was not great.
Right,
but
right.
Whatever he is doing right now, he needs to keep this because I think he finally found a way to be a heel without trying to without people cheering you. And maybe that has to do with having the title gone for 9 months, possibly. I don't know, but whatever he has going on is working right now.
Yeah, Mox is on another level right now. He's wrestling everything, character, wrestling everything. He's just on a completely different level right now. It's also one of those things where it's you see him, he's going in the ring, he's doing the match. That's a former world. You look at him, you're like, okay, that's former world champion right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because of what he's doing, how he's doing stuff, and he's not. That's the crazy thing. He's not out of the title contention at all.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
If there were rankings, he would be at the top of the rankings.
Yeah, he would still be at the top of the rankings. But yeah, these guys they started out the match knocking the hell out of each other. And there was just a whole lot of spots where Moxley would try to take Ishii down. Ishii would get up, he would immediately retaliate, and they would just go back and forth. They were doing Japan style match in AEW for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it was overall fantastic match. Your victor goes to Jon Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
He hit the paradigm shift and then he got the choke, and that was it. Ishii was out. So, yeah, fantastic match. What did you think of the match as a whole, man?
I thought the match was really good. I feel like they're still trying to chase that high from that from that amazing match that they had in the G1 a few years ago,
yeah.
Right? I don't think they needed to do anything crazy here, but this was still a good match because Ishii is that guy, and Moxley, like we talked about earlier, he's just found himself in this Death Riders role now, finally. So it was a very good match. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and the Death Riders now are on they're full power now.
Oh yeah, they have this weird, we're gonna talk about on Collision too, because they have a lot of them really serious, but you still have Yuta being kind of goofy, and Garcia needs to find himself here too. But a lot of this Death Rider stuff it's taken a while, but it's finally come together.
Yeah. So after this match, We had the Broke Bucks, man.
Oh no.
They were knocking on Tony Khan's door, and Renee was like, "Hey, you guys got attacked by the Jurassic Express last week," and they're like, "Yeah, well, the main thing is we need money. We spent all of our money. We need some more." And they're trying to get Tony Khan to give them a match so they can give them a money match, so they can win more money. And Matt Jackson said they have 2 tickets, to watch the Jurassic Express later in the night. So yeah, and it left off with Renee walking off, and they're like, "Hey, I need money. I need it now." Gotta love the Broke Bucks.
Oh yeah.
So they did a little package where they took a look at the stats of Chris Statlander and Timeless Toni Storm. All the matches they have wrestled, which is over 100 each, and how long Toni Storm held the title for, total 620 days, man, across her 4 reigns.
I mean, she's the face of that women's division, bro. Like there's no. If you didn't think it before, now she is the face of that women's division.
Yeah. And they never locked up this whole time. So that's pretty crazy. So after that, we had one of the best matches of the night, which was the street fight between the Hurt Syndicate and the Demand. This was a war, man. Like from the start, the Hurt Syndicate was still in their suits, man, when they came out. And the Demand, the what is it? They're not the Gorosei, or no, they're not the Gorosei. They're
the Admirals.
The Admirals.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking, I was like, wait, Tony Leona wouldn't be a Kainu.
No, which one would be at this point? It would be Ricochet. Would be I'm saying Aokishi. No, Ricochet would be Akainu. Honestly, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona would both be. They wouldn't be Kizaru. They would all. I think they all kind of be like Akainu. I'm trying to go without spoilers because I know there are new admirals, and I know a lot of people haven't really watched One Piece. I know people have been watching One Piece lately. Yeah. So I'm trying not to go with spoilers. I'm trying to go with the admirals that everyone knows. Well, but they kind of fit like an aesthetic of the new admiral. Well, quote unquote new. He's been around for like 8 years now at this point. But
Well, yeah, because they were all wearing the colors. So like Toa Leona is wearing Kizaru.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ricochet's wearing Akainu.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, I forgot his name. The Ice Admiral. I fucking forgot.
Kuzan. Yeah, Kuzan.
And Bishop Khan is Kuzan because they were wearing. He's wearing blue. He's the one that had blue.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. They all have the colors and everything. I was like, all right.
When I first saw them doing that, I was like, you fucking weebs. This is for sure Ricochet's idea, for sure.
Oh, it was 100% Ricochet's idea. But they had a backstage thing and they all love anime, so.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they probably all watch One Piece.
As people should. Yeah, y'all ain't getting away from it. If you haven't been watching One Piece at this point, why are you waiting? Watch it now. Start. Everyone does that. Everyone says, "Oh my god," but then once they get into it, they're like, "Oh my god." 1,100 episodes is enough because people keep on saying 1,000. It's 1,100 now. 1,100 is enough. Of course, it's not enough. The story's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not over.
Watch One Piece.
Actively trying to do it all. So
watch One Piece.
Watch it now so you can catch up finally.
Profit, catch up.
I got to Kaido at the end of Kaido.
They're almost done with this current arc in the anime.
Oh, I got more to watch then.
You got a few months before they transition to the next arc.
Oh boy,
it's time for you to catch up too.
Yep.
It's also time for me to catch up because I haven't been watching Sakuma flashback because I don't feel like crying again.
Oh man.
What were we talking about?
Her Syndicate for the man, damn it.
Street fight. Yeah, street fight.
Look, I'm just gonna say this. Ricochet did the Kurt Angle thing. He did it.
Damn same camera angle and everything.
But he didn't get up and go all crazy after he did it, though. Well, it was the only part missing.
I know Kurt Angle hates the Perk Angle thing, but that was peak Kurt Angle. Or peak Perk Angle.
No, we'll just call him Peak Angle.
Peak Angle. And I know he hates it, but that was... I mean, in hindsight, bro probably shouldn't have been wrestling.
Oh, he was insane.
Yeah.
He was in TNA. He was literally insane.
A monster.
Want to talk about somebody who went to TNA, was literally the best wrestler in the world? It was Kurt Angle.
God. The second when he showed up and headbutt Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
He was the best wrestler on the planet at that point. You couldn't tell anyone otherwise.
Like, oh man. That was some good stuff. If you guys haven't seen the real peak of Kurt Angle, which was his TNA run, you're in for a treat. I would say go watch it. That's a real treat.
There's so many matches to recommend. That whole run was so great.
Yeah, the whole run was fantastic. And he doesn't look on... Well, I can see why he wouldn't look at it fondly, because a lot of shit happened.
Oh, yeah.
But
oh, yeah.
He was wrestling his ass off over there. But, yeah, man, like, for this match, man, like, the match was fantastic. Anyone that's saying the Hurt Syndicate doesn't sell for anybody or doesn't do anything or full of shit, Hurt Syndicate was selling their asses off, dude.
Bro, I've been getting on people for a while now about that. Because the Syndicate is out here. They have made the Gates of Agony.
Yeah.
With this feud.
Yep. And the demand as a whole, man.
And the demand as a whole, yeah, true.
Like, as a whole, you look at the demand, they're a legit threat now. If they come out, shit's going down. Kind of like the Hurt Syndicate. Well, the Hurt Syndicate comes out, shit's really going down. When they show up. The man shows up, some shit is going, stuff's going to go down. But either way, man, this match was hard-hitting. It was great. I like how they paired off, and it was like Toa and Lashley immediately just beating the hell out of each other. Such a good match. It was great.
It was so great.
So match ended with... So they finally got Gates of Agony out of there. I think it was Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was just spearing the shit out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Got all the Gates of Agony out of there. And then it was just Ricochet by himself. Look. Shelton Benjamin hit this release German suplex through a table, pinned him, and got the win. That was a fantastic match, man. It was so much fun. What'd you think, man?
I thought this match was fantastic. Like, I think this genuinely might have been match of the night. The Syndicate was out there working. The demand was out there working. The one spot that I want to talk about is Ricochet doing the 450 onto the table, onto, I think, Shelton, and the table not breaking. So MVP was like, fuck it, rah! And just ran them over so they could break the table.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I loved every bit of the match. The match was great. And from what we know, this is not over. We'll talk about that later, but...
Hey, Ricochet, he holds a grudge. This ain't over. And actually, MVP holds a grudge, too. Mm-hmm. So you got two people holding grudges. It ain't over.
If only AEW had some trios titles, this would have been a fire feud for that.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe one day one of them will get it'll probably be the demand that gets the trios. If I were to guess.
They might be next up, because we have we'll talk about on Collision, but there's a new challenger stepping up.
Uh-oh.
We'll talk about on Collision.
Yep. So next we had next up after that match we had the Don Callis family. They were talking, and it was like, hey, they were going through the matches the Don Callis family had, which was the Battle of the Kyles, which is that TNT title match. Talking about the double Jeopardy Eliminator and saying, hey, Takeshita and Okada, they're going to work together and they're going to win and then have to win again to bring that title home to the Don Callis family. And that Bandito is going to be in bad shape because Hechicero, messed him up during his match in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see, and the main thing he wanted to make clear was Takeshita and Okada were going to be working together and winning the match. So after this, we had our first tag match and our first look at the Jurassic Express. Jurassic Express looked great. They destroyed those guys. Those guys didn't have a chance. And then at the end of the match, Matt and Nick Jackson came out. They took out both of them. And, Nick Jackson grabbed the mic and he was like, hey, in pro wrestling business, we call this a callback. And he hits Jack Perry in the gut, drops him. And then after that, they do the Meltzer driver and completely just take him out. So, yeah, man. What did you think about that?
I'm not going to talk about the match. Match was all right, whatever. I want to talk about the end segment because I have a crazy theory that is not true at all, but thinking about this makes me laugh. So you know how the Young Bucks were at Tony Khan's office earlier in the night, trying to get something. So in my head, and I know this is not true because it wouldn't make sense at all. In my head, they were able to get into Tony Khan's office. Remember, they're not EPFs anymore. Tony Khan said, all right, I don't like Jack Perry. If you go out there and beat his ass, I'll give you a match. And we'll make it $500K if y'all win. And the Bucks were like, bet. Which is why they attacked Jack just like he attacked Tony Khan. Is it true? No. Does it make any sense at all story-wise? No. But in my head, that's what happened. I think that's hilarious.
I think it's more or less, they already knew the match was going to happen. They asked for the match. They knew it was going to happen. Tony Khan said, sure, we'll make it a money match. And then, so the Bucks already knew the match was going to happen. And that's why they attacked him.
Yeah, realistically, that's what it is. Realistically. Well, like I said, my headcanon, it was crazy. I was like, Tony Khan paid off because, Jack Perry was a piece of shit before. And, has he really changed? We don't know. So it was just funny to think like, oh, they put a hit. If you go knock them out, knock out Jack Perry, Jungle Jack, I'll give you the match on Wrestle Dream.
Hey, that could have happened too. We get like a backstage camera thing.
No, it's super far because Tony Khan as a boss would not do that. That wouldn't make any sense. But it would be hilarious.
Yep. Let's see. Right after this, Death Riders, they had their little promo thing. Everybody got a chance to talk. Pac was mainly talking about he's going to take out Orange Cassidy. This is his first match back. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Good Lord. And, yeah, man, like, that was pretty much it, man. After that, we had the Battle of the Kyles for the TNT Championship. Kyle Fletcher and Kyle O'Reilly. This was a fun match. It was a nice clash of styles because, like, right from the start, Kyle O'Reilly was trying to ground Kyle Fletcher. He was getting him submissions. He was mounting him, doing the slaps to the head and stuff like that. Kyle O'Reilly was going in, man. I haven't seen Kyle O'Reilly go in like that since, like, he was on his championship run in NXT. But, yeah, it was great. But, look, we got the Protostar, man. It wasn't going to last long. And sure enough, Kyle Fletcher turned the tide, and he started beating the shit out of Kyle O'Reilly, dude. He started laying him in. He did that tornado or 360 Michinoku driver. After he did that, Kyle O'Reilly was like pretty much done. It was all Kyle Fletcher after that.
Yeah, it was done.
Oh, but yeah, at the end, Fletcher wins with the sheer drop brainbuster, gets the pin, well, actually, he hits it twice. He hits it the first time. He can't pin Kyle O'Reilly. So Kyle O'Reilly is in the corner. He does his running kick, and then he does it again. So it's like, damn. So at the end of this, while Kyle Fletcher was recovering at the end of the match, Lance Archer came in and You know what happens when Lance Archer comes in. He's there to mess people up. And he started beating up Kyle O'Reilly. And then, Tomohiro Ishii and Roddy Strong came out. Rocky Romero came out. And then finally, when Kyle Fletcher was about to jump in, Mark Briscoe came out. And everything broke up after that. So, fantastic match. Great in segment. What did you think, man?
I thought this match was fantastic. I think this had everything that it needed to do to be the better of the two Battle of Kyles.
Mm-hmm.
I just we talk about it almost every week at this point, but Kyle Fletcher is the future, bro.
Yeah,
like he is set to be like world champion, multiple time world champion, top of the industry, and he's not even 30 yet, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine him in like 3-4 years.
Oh, he's gonna be on a different level, dude. Like he's 3-4 years. I already see him as like he's probably like a 2-time world champ by then.
Oh yeah, and just know this was Fletcher's 5th defense, by the way. So he's getting close to passing Garcia. Garcia, I think he had defenses. I think he had 6 defenses. Mm-hmm. I think, and it's like half the time. Like I think he's been champion. I don't even think he's been champion for like 80 days yet. So it's just Kyle Fletcher is just he's looking like the future. And then we're about to see what's gonna happen at Wrestle Dream. Very interested to see what's gonna happen there.
Yeah, because right after the match, it got set. Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title. That's gonna be a banger.
They're 2-2, right?
I think so.
Oh, rubber match for the TNT Championship too. Mark Briscoe's on a high. Kyle Fletcher's on a high. This is the wrestling I'd like to see, bro. 2 people who have just been on the top of the world right now about to collide. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's going to turn out to be a fantastic match. I can't wait for it, man.
Oh, yeah.
But after this, we had the TBS Championship Open Challenge. So Mercedes got in the ring, and then we got to see who her opponent was. Her opponent was Lacey Lane, formerly known as Caden Carter in WWE. And she made her AEW Dynamite debut. She did wrestle a match with Mina Shirakawa for the TV Championship in Ring of Honor on the Honor Club. But this is her first time on actual AEW TV. The match was fun, man. It was a good match. Lacey Lane's got a great look. I think the main thing with Lacey Lane is she just got to adjust to the speed. That's about it. But yeah, this match was fantastic, man. Mercedes was doing everything to make Lacey look fantastic. Because if you would see, when they panned to Mercedes when Lacey was coming out, she was giving the thumbs up and she was like super happy. Lacey Lane was, that's who she was going against, and that she got the opportunity to be on AEW. So I think that was really cool. Mercedes wins with the Mone Maker, and she got the win. So, right now, so if Wednesday she was 500 days as TBS champion, she's like 504 days now.
Here, let me check really quick.
It's Sunday? Because she was at like 499 on Tuesday. So Wednesday she was at 500.
Yeah. I think 504 is right.
Yep. So good stuff, man. She's for sure beating that the Jade Cargill title, which I don't blame them for doing that. Good stuff. What did you think of the match, and what did you think of everything that happened?
I thought the match was really good. I didn't know Lacey Lane before. I think a lot of people see, like, when you say you don't watch WWE, people assume that that's a lie. I actually don't watch WWE, so I didn't know who she was. I was very interested. I didn't see her in Ring of Honor either. I think she did pretty well. I thought she did really well in this match. Like you said, she definitely needs to take some time, get some reps in. But I think she did a really great job in this match. And like you said already, Mercedes made her look like $1 million. Like, for sure.
Yep.
So I'm excited to follow her career. Wherever she goes. I don't know if she's going to stay in AEW. I don't know if she has, like, a contract with AEW. I don't know what she's going to do. But I'm very interested to see where her career goes from here.
Yeah, she was one of the few from that, one of the layoffs at WWE had that actually went to the independents and grinded. It was actually grinding in the independents.
Which is good.
The whole time.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. There's a lot that don't.
You shouldn't just assume that you're going to get a job because you were at another company, right? If you were in AEW, you shouldn't just assume that you're going to get a job in WWE, and likewise, right? Like, this is a craft. You want to work on your crafts. So even if you can't get on TV right away, I was going to say go to TNA, but TNA is basically WWE at this point. Yeah, work on your craft. Figure out things. There's a lot of indies. There's a lot of places to go. You can go to Japan. Like, literally, Mercedes has been putting a bunch of places on the map over, like, the last, like, 500 days with her going to go get these titles, right? There's places to wrestle everywhere. And I'm gonna say it like this. If Mercedes can go to these places and wrestle in front of people and do all this kind of stuff, so can you.
Yeah. You're not so high up that you can't do it.
Yeah, no. Mercedes is out there actively still grinding.
Yep.
Like, she's going to Rome in November. She's going to she was in Canada. She's out there grinding. So if literally one of the best wrestlers on the planet is willing to grind and do all this, so can you.
Well, even Taz said it. Taz is like, she's out there collecting belts on her day off.
Yes. Literally, she just won another title recently.
Yeah. Right before Dynamite, she won another title.
And then, like you said, also, not only did she win that other title, she's about to pass the record from Jade.
Yeah.
Like, literally, by this time next week, she'll have beaten the record. So,
yep.
We'll see what happens with Mercedes. Like we said, I think now that we're here, it was definitely, I think it was a good call to have Mercedes beat the record. I'm ready to see what Mercedes is going to do next. And by that, I mean, I'm ready to see Mercedes crash out and lose all these titles because it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, that's going to be like, it's like, yes, she has 10 titles, but she has to lose all 10 titles too.
I fully assume that once he loses that TNT championship, that's going to be the first domino. And she's just going to start, like, she's going to go everywhere. She's going to do her best. She's gonna not be into it. Because you saw how she was with Toni when she lost against Toni.
Mm-hmm.
She was out of it for a little bit. Like, she even still looked at Toni crazy whenever they were interacting. So I'm very curious and very interested to see what's going to happen when she loses. Does it have to happen anytime soon? No. But
no. But she might lose one here and there.
I mean, she technically already lost one, right? She lost the New Japan Strong, like, last year.
Yeah. That was the only one.
Yeah, the only one.
Yep. After this, we had, Eddie Kingston. He's, setting up the match with Beast Wartos. And the first thing we got was fucking Sammy Guevara talking. I'm sorry, man. Like, he started out, one of the pillars here. It's like, if you still believe you're a pillar, you're as delusional as you think.
The pillars have been dead since that 4-way, bro. Let it go. Yeah. It's over.
And, I don't know, we'll probably talk about it more on Collision, but he does not fit in with LFI, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're for sure going to talk about it, because they have that, they're going to have a match on Collision, and we'll talk about it there.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't fit in at all.
No.
So, it just looks weird. Him and LFI just does not, it doesn't gel. Maybe they'll find it someday, but right now it doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right either. So, right after that, we had the Double Jeopardy Eliminator, which was Okada and Takeshita of the Don Callis family versus the AEW Tag Team Champions Brodido. Man, look, this was... There's two matches that could be a match of the night, and I think... Yeah, and this was one of them, in my opinion. Man, this was a battle, right? Like, Brody King was fighting his ass off this whole match.
Mm-hmm.
So was Bandito, man. Bandito, he was doing stuff with one arm. That time he had Takeshita on his back. He lifted him up on his back, held him there, and then did the flipped him over, did the knee, and he literally held him with one arm the whole time. It's fucking some unreal strength, man. That is crazy because Takeshita is a big dude. That is a big guy to have on your lift up and have on your back like that. But the thing that happened though during this match is just Takeshita and Okada, they were attacking that arm, and whenever Bandito would try to use the arm, he couldn't use it because he couldn't put enough strength on it. So wound up at the end, Bandito was going to try for the 21 plex. He couldn't lift Takeshita. Takeshita lays him out. He was about to go for. I think he was about to go for Raging Fire, but he was in the corner. Okada tags himself in at the very last minute, hits the Rainmaker, wins the match. So now, since it was a double Jeopardy eliminator, Okada and Takeshita are going to go against Brodido at Wrestle Dream. And Takeshita was so mad, he was pissed that whenever Okada was walking around the ring, he was going after him. So, yeah, man. Fantastic match all around. What did you think?
Can Okada and Takeshita coexist? No, they both hate each other. They both hate each other.
They literally hate each other.
But I thought the match was really good. Bandito just because he popped his arm out of socket, right? Against Hechicero in Mexico last week. Mm-hmm. So it was very. I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought. I think I kind of figured that Okada and Takeshita were going to win, but in the method that they won, I was actually kind of surprised. Plus, they were at each other like half the match.
Yeah, they were beefing like pretty much the whole match.
I think the interesting thing here now too is on the outside force, right? Okada and Takeshita have beaten Brodido now.
Yes,
which means there's a potential possibility they can do it again. Also, on top of this, Takeshita can come into this match as IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Mm-hmm. There's a potential. So where they'll both be double belted up with one actual world champion and one that they want to make feel like a world championship. And the tag championships. Yeah. Talk about two-man power trip to the extreme.
Two-man power trip that hates each other.
Bro, Jesus Christ. So I am interested to see what's going to happen here. I will say this right now. I do not want to see those titles come off of Brodido anytime soon. They are the juice of the tag division right now.
Yes.
And I don't want to sacrifice that, despite the fact that Okada and Takeshita is going to be a fantastic match. And I'm going to love every second of that match when it happens. Once we get it, I'm pull my hair. I'm going to freak out. They don't need to be tag team champions to get there. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to go and how this plays in with a lot of stuff. I also kind of want to see how this plays in with New Japan right now, with Takeshita in Japan. And also, I don't know. I could be overthinking this whole thing easily. But no matter what, the one thing I'll say is this match was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I couldn't agree more. I don't think they're going to... So, yeah, here's the issue. If Takeshita wins the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, I feel like there's no way him and Okada are going to lose at all. Unless he just walks out on Okada and Okada just loses it.
I think that's the scary part right now, right? Because in a sense, right? If you care about like booking wins and losses, I really don't. But if you really want to think about it, like if you go into that match with Okada and Takeshita being champions, especially Takeshita being a world champion, Takeshita can't get pinned, and I don't think you can pin Okada right now either.
Right.
In a way, in a sense, it won't matter, right? Because it's a tag match, and realistically, Brodido, despite how good Okada and Takeshita are, Brodido have the advantage here because they are not only a tag team, not only tag team champions, they also like each other.
Yeah.
Okada and Takeshita hate each other, so like they're not gonna work together, and they're gonna need to work together to get this win against Brodido again. And I know they just got one without having to work together. But I feel like having a tag title match on pay-per-view, you get that Bandito level up, right?
Uh-huh.
and we'll be talking about Brodido a little bit more in a second. But yeah, you're putting yourself in a situation where if you care about like who needs to win and who needs to lose, you shouldn't. But if you care about that, you're gonna put yourself in a situation where realistically none of them should really be losing. So I'm very interested to see where this goes, especially after tonight. Especially if Takeshita wins the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know what's gonna happen. We will find out by our next podcast episode.
I'll probably say if Takeshita wins, the match will be a draw.
What, 60? You think they're gonna go 60? Because the world title, the tag title is also one fall 60. They would have to go 60 on the pay-per-view.
Unless they lower it to 30. If they lower it to 30, you already know it's going to be a draw.
Yeah, if it's 30, it's for sure time limit draw.
But yeah, well, we shall see, man. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. Next up, we have Willow and Jet Speed. And, you know, hey, they were talking about how, you know, they couldn't wait to do the tag on Collision. And, you know, they pretty much talked about the Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne problem. How they couldn't stand all the... So, and Willow said, you know, she's going to remind everyone what they always say, top guys down, Jet Speed babes up. So I think they're called the Jet Speed babes now. And FTR with Big Stoke, immediately right after, they talk about Willow and Jet Speed. And Stoke ain't having it with Willow. And, you know, he's like, that's why he called called Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. And he's like, you know, when he was about to say top guys out, Megan Bayne interrupted him. It was like top gods out. So we got the top gods and the Jet Speed babes about to kill each other on Collision.
And kill each other they did.
After that, we, you know, it was Brodido. They were talking about their match at Wrestle Dream. Bandito was frustrated that his arm was messed up, you know, throughout the whole match. And he blamed himself, you know, because of the loss. Brody King was like, no. Hey, when we get back on Wrestle Dream, we have one of the best professional wrestlers walking the earth, which he was talking about Bandito, and he's like, hey, we're going to leave Wrestle Dream still the AEW World Tag Team Champions. So, you know, we had all that. Anything on all those promo segments?
I have one comment for each one. Willow Nightingale is turning into one of the best talkers in AEW. Like, ridiculous. Like, her promo there was great. Megan Bayne needs to talk more, because that was also incredible. Like, it just... She doesn't talk enough. She needs to talk more, and I'm happy that we got that. And the last one is Brodido. Bandito, I am worried about your mental health, bro. You'll be fine. He's going to come out in that all gold gear. He's going to beat the shit out of Takeshita and Okada. So I'm not worried about that at all. I loved all three of these promo segments. Very interested in all three.
Yes, sir. So, right after that, we had our main event, which was Orange Cassidy versus Pac. My goodness, man. They picked up where they left off in the international title match. All of a sudden, for that, the match was freaking incredible, dude. Pac, being out all this time, looks like he never lost a step. And his physique is insane now. Pac is so jacked now.
Bro, with his gear on, I said on Blue Sky that he looks like, with the gear in his hair, in the ears, he looks like a strongman from the circus in the 20s.
Yeah. Bro, like... This was such a good match, man. Like, it didn't even look like Pac lost a step. And they started out kind of slow. And then, you know, because Orange Cassidy was trying to get into Pac, said Pac wasn't going for any of his bullshit, dude. Pac did not care. But then they started speeding up and they started going crazy. Towards the end of the match, though, They go on the outside. Pac tombstones fucking Orange Cassidy on the outside, on like this area with the stairs. Orange Cassidy and I think it was Aubrey. They both go back to the ring, and all of a sudden, Pac is looking down. He's like, "What the hell?" And his foot got handcuffed to the to the guardrail up there, while Aubrey is still counting, and they're on like 18. So Pac somehow got him stuff. Oh, it was revealed Darby Allin did it. So Pac runs his ass back to the ring, jumps and flips in. Orange Cassidy takes him out, pins him. Well, he gets a surprise pin. Locks him up, does that little, that cross leg surprise pin thing that he always does. And Orange Cassidy got the victory. Now, after the match, Darby Allin was there. So, Orange Cassidy got the hell out of there after the match, which was smart. Pac didn't start going after Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy ran away. Well, not Orange Cassidy. I meant Pac started going after Darby Allin. Darby Allin ran away. Oh, actually, he hit him with something. And then he started going away because all the Death Riders started swarming out of everywhere. And then he was standing there with, what was it? A Molotov cocktail. He was about to nuke the whole arena to get away from the Death Riders. Darby Allin was. And he swiftly got tackled, and then you heard the glass break a little bit, which was kind of funny. But yeah, like all the security like swarmed him and fucking tackled him. He also tased somebody too, by the way. He was about to tase somebody. But yeah, and that was the end of Dynamite. It was a crazy ending, man. What did you think?
Let me talk about the match first, because that ending segment, bro, we might need to talk to AEW about, like, we might need an intervention, because I am scared of what Moxley and Darby can do to each other. But the match was a great match. It was a Pac's return, and like you said, he just looked huge, right? Now we know why he's been wearing all the clothes, because I saw a lot of people being like, why is he wearing clothes? Why is he not wet? And I was like, I don't know. And then you see him in the gear, and his gear changes. And then when you see him in the light, you're like, Jesus Christ, Hoss mode. God damn. But match was really good. Very curious to see where Pac's gonna go from here after losing to Orange Cassidy. And then that ending segment, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, we might need to talk to AEW, because I am genuinely frightened about what Moxley and Darby are gonna do to each other. Like, genuinely. Like, I fucking teasing a Molotov cocktail is insane, bro.
Yes. They're gonna actively try to kill each other in that match.
Like, I was talking to somebody, I was like, there's no way that there's no way. Like, right? And then when the tackle happened, I felt like whoever that security was, I don't know if it was a wrestler or security Sam, I couldn't tell who it was, but they lit Darby up, bro.
Yeah. Dude, that guy, look, he lit Darby up like he was, like Darby just caught the ball for a kickoff return, man.
Bro, that shit, it looked, and the way Darby hit the trash cans, I was like, oh my God, oh God, and like he was holding him down, like it felt like the security guy didn't know that was Darby Allin, because the way he was holding him down also, oh God bless. Like
unless in the back Darby was like, yo, if you don't tackle me, I'm throwing it. He's like, what? So he made sure. Old boy was sprinting too. He sprinted and tackled Darby.
You know, in the back, Darby was like, Tony Khan was like, okay, Darby, you ready with the water in your thing? He's like, water? No, this is a real Molotov cocktail. I'm really going to light it. I'm really going to burn up Jon Moxley. And Tony Khan's like, wait. And then he just walks off. Darby just walks away.
He just runs away, man. Oh, man.
Well, yeah, either way, I thought the match was great. I'm genuinely scared about what's going to happen next week in that I Quit match. And yeah, great way to end Dynamite.
Yeah, fantastic way to end Dynamite. So with that, we had another fantastic segment. Well, not segment. We had another fantastic show. And Lionel, I think you're the best person to talk about it. So it's that AEW Collision. Break it down for us.
Oof. All right, so Collision starts how it normally does. We got promos from everybody, right? We hear from Triangle Madness. We hear from Toni Storm. We hear from Kris Statlander. We hear from Harley Cameron. We hear from Big Bill and Brian Keith. We hear from Caster, Bowens, everybody, right? That's how the show starts, as always. But we got to talk about the first match of the night, and the match that I don't think anyone actually watched like properly without their hands covering their face, because we had Josh Alexander versus Kota Ibushi. For those who do not know, this episode of Collision was taped on Wednesday, and we had heard, I believe this was actually like the main event of the show, I believe, allegedly, and then that they moved it forward because of what happened. We know, we got word on Wednesday night that Kota Ibushi got hurt in this match because it was a taped episode of Collision. So we were like, oh no, and we heard it was a broken femur. Ibushi confirmed it on Twitter today, by the way. It was a broken femur.
Yes.
Which is crazy, by the way, insane. So a lot of us, I'm gonna say me specifically, because I was watching this with like my hands in front of my face because I didn't really want to watch the match. It went on longer than I thought. The match ended up being really good until the end part, right? I guess we have to talk about the end, right? We have to. We don't have a choice. Ibushi and Josh Alexander were doing their thing throughout this entire match. The match was great. There was a point where Josh Alexander was sitting on the top rope and Ibushi was up on his shoulders. It looked like Josh Alexander slipped from the top and they both fell. And the way Ibushi fell, he fell directly on his knee and broke his femur. And I believe, I forget which leg, but I think it also happened to be the leg that Josh Alexander was working on the entire match, because Josh Alexander was working on Ibushi's leg, which is, I don't even know what to call that, bro. Just insane moment. A moment that I missed. I have to rewatch to see this. After the match was over, they did a quick 10 count to get Ibushi out of there. Josh Alexander wins the match. Mark Davis returns and starts attacking Ibushi while he's down. And you can see the referee being like, yo, move the fuck back. Move. And I don't know. Mark Davis was kind of like in it, I guess. Then Kenny Omega shows up. Kenny Omega starts throwing trash cans, beats up Josh Alexander, and yeah, that's where Kenny Omega got the save. He was very pissed, Ibushi, his homeboy, his lover, got beat up. Yeah, and that's really the match. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the match in the after segment?
The match was good up until that point. It just sucked because I already, I heard that there's the injury there, so you have that looming in your mind the whole match, right? Mm-hmm. Like, oh shit, the injury's gonna happen at some point, so it just sucks. It kind of ruined what a good. Knowing that there's an injury in the match and knowing that when there's one coming ruins like what. I'm gonna say it ruins the match, but you know something's gonna go bad and something's gonna go very wrong. Mm-hmm. You don't really want to see it. Shit sucks. So it sucks when it happens. It's pro wrestling, so it's going to happen at some point, right? Yeah. It just sucks to see it.
Mm-hmm. And as an update for people, if you don't know, Ibushi did already get surgery, successful surgery, and Tony Khan sent him flowers in a card, which was really nice. Mm-hmm. But Ibushi also said if he gets like one more injury like this, he's done.
Yeah, he keeps getting back and starting and then getting injured, man.
It's so rough to see, bro. Because like, I don't know what it is, but for like these last 5 years, bro. Because remember he had that match against Marufuji. I think it was Marufuji, where he like broke both of his ankles, or both of his ankles were already broken when he came in there, and he could barely wrestle.
Well, one ankle was broken, and he broke the other one during the match.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. It's just rough. Ibushi, get well soon. I couldn't even properly watch the match. Like I said, I didn't even know Mark Davis returned until like after the fact, and I was like, Mark, bro, read the room. Why are you attacking Ibushi like this right now? Like, I get that's probably the plan, but please.
He didn't know. That's probably why.
Please. But yeah, that's over. We're going to be talking about Kenny Omega a little bit more later. Next up, we had a couple of video packages. We had one for Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, just like the same one that we had with Toni Storm and I almost said Mina. Toni Storm and Kris Statlander. Very, very good. Just put everything into perspective again. Then we also got a video package of Hangman Samoa Joe. should be a very interesting match. Let's talk about those. Do you have any thoughts on either of those video packages before we move on to the next match?
Oh no, they were good. I'm glad AEW is doing these a lot more now. Mm-hmm. It's great.
Next up, I'm not gonna hold you. I was also not a fan of this match either. We had Max Caster and Anthony Bowens versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. Again, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, the unacclaimed, do not like each other. But they're still somehow able to work this whole thing out. Like, who knows how they're able to do it, but they're doing it. There were points where they were tagging back and forth. Like, they didn't want to be in the match. There was a point where Big Bill hopped in and they were tagging each other in and out to make sure that they didn't have to be the one to wrestle Big Bill. Big Bill and Brian Keith was kind of tearing them apart for a little bit. But eventually, Caster, being the good guy in the situation, was able to fire the crowd back up and get them back on the side of Bowens and him. But, yeah, Bowens came in and he kind of stole the match in the pin from Max Caster. Mm-hmm. The crowd was not happy. They weren't feeling it. Caster was like, hey, what are you doing? Bowens was out there celebrating like he's happy, he was great. Caster's like, what's going on? And that's kind of how the match ended. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the match?
Match was okay. It's interesting to see more of the little story and dynamic between Caster and Bowens. But yeah, match was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't whatever. I'm interested to see where this is going between Caster and Bowens, right? Because they have not settled on anything yet, but they're both still winning. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Even though I wasn't like the biggest fan of the match.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes, like in the future.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
No, go ahead. All you.
I do think it's going to just be. It's hilarious because they're both acting like each other. So it's just going to be a case of they're going to get back together, but they're just going to be. They're finally going to figure out they're both assholes. So now they're just going to be one big asshole when they get back together.
I feel like the double turn's already happened. Like people have been waiting for the double turn, right? I feel like it's already happened. Bowens is not a great person right now. He's being very vain, like how you said, like how Max Caster has been. He's been very vain. And Caster, he'll be playing up the crowd. He doesn't really talk bad about the crowd either anymore. The double turn's already happened. So it's going to be about if they stay together, if they don't, I don't know. You think they would have got back on like some kind of page being the second match that they were in together, but they are just not fucking with each other at all.
Yeah, they're both not having it.
No. You know who else is not having it? The Bang Bang Gang. Because we went backstage and they were about to have a match, or not have a match. They were about to talk. Not Ace Austin. Austin Gunn felt like he was like, we're good. I'm back home in Jacksonville, Florida, and I feel like myself again. But then Big Bill and Brian Keith come up, upset after a loss. They started jaw-jacking, and then Ace Austin was like, you want to fight? Let's fight right now. Let's go. So we are going to be getting Big Bill and Brian Keith versus the Bang Bang Gang, which should be very interesting. Do you have any thoughts on this backstage segment?
Well, no. They actually answered a question I had. I was like, okay, they got Ace Austin in the group. When are we going to start, like, getting him in there? And it looks like they're at the start of, getting Ace Austin in there.
It feels like it. Because it feels like he kind of got signed in, like, how everyone else they've signed this year has had like a big impact on TV immediately. Mm-hmm. Ace Austin definitely has not yet.
Yeah,
so it'll be interesting to see where this goes.
TV very much.
He really isn't.
Yeah,
it took him a while to even join the Bang Bang Gang. Like we thought that was going to happen. Like it was like the easiest layup, right? Because once Colton went out and once we heard Jay wasn't going to be back for the year, like we knew Ace Austin's already has ties with all of them. Just add him in. That took a while. So it should be interesting to see what we get. Next up, we had a tag match between TJ, Anna Jay and Ty Mello versus Dream Girl Ellie and Carolina Cruz. This was very quick. TJ got the win as they were going to. We're doing more hype up to the women's tag title tournament. We know it's a tournament because they announced it They well, not announced. They said we're going to go into the tournament. So at some point we should get a bracket. I don't know when. It's been like 3 weeks since the titles were announced. So at some point we'll get a bracket. Maybe during Wrestle Dream. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Do you have any thoughts on this match?
No, like you said, it was quick, and they showed their new little finishing move, the new finish they have, and that was pretty much it. I think that was the whole case for the match. Show our new finish. That was it.
And then Ty Mello was out there throwing bows to people.
Yeah.
She's back in full form now. I'm so excited for that. Next up, we had the Conglomeration and Roger Strong backstage. We kind of got a similar thing to what we got on Dynamite, except Mark Briscoe wasn't there. So Willow, again, got to be the one to do everything. But first, Kyle O'Reilly was not happy with the Battle of the Kyles. It sounds like the Conglomeration wants to go after the Don Callis family. But Roger Strong ain't having none of that. He's like, hey, I don't care what y'all got. Moxley, I'm calling out the Death Riders. And they're just kind of looking at him like, bro, you should, be with us. Even Willow was like, you might not be a part of this, but, come on. You can be part of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the back of what she said. She said the Conglomeration adjacent civilian warrior friends in Jet Speed. So you can, you can work with us too. And Roddy was like, fuck no. No. And so Willow exploded. She got really hyped. They all walk off. And then Orange Cassidy's like, yeah, bro, we really need Mark here. We're falling apart. That was it. You have any thoughts on this segment?
No, it was a pretty funny segment. Roddy is not having any of it. But Roddy wants to be in that fight, though. He wants to be in that fight.
Oh, yeah. He's just doing the Conglomeration, bro. Just let it go, Roddy. Like, I know what you're doing. Let it go, bro. You don't even have to smile. Ishii never smiles.
Yeah. Ishii doesn't even talk.
No. You just stand there. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Like, you just let go. Let go. That's all you gotta do.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we find out that we're going to be getting more Her Syndicate versus The Demand, because at Wrestle Dream is going to be a trios match between The Demand and the Her Syndicate. Once again,
Ooh.
People are saying there may be a debut here, because I don't think MVP will make the same mistake that he made a few weeks ago.
Could be. So this might not be a long shot anymore. It could be Cedric Alexander. He left TNA.
Oh.
A few weeks ago. He didn't renew his contract there.
Oh.
And after so you put into perspective when MVP was talking about he isn't gonna, talk about his ring wrestling wise and things like that, and certain things he was implying and saying. There's a possibility that third member, you probably right, that third member might show up, because he finished all of his TV dates and shit with TNA. They just did Bound for Glory tonight, so all of his televised shit is already done. So he could very well show up.
Can I be honest?
What's up?
I want to be somebody else.
You already know who I want.
Yeah. Alex
Kane, bro.
Mm-hmm. And I like Cedric Alexander. Like, I'm not even saying that's a bad thing. If it is him, I'm not mad at it. But I definitely love someone else.
Come on, Boombaye Fight Club. Let's go.
But that's going to be another person who can't get pinned. Well, not can't get pinned. That's not true. Alex can't get pinned. But there's another Haas. They do need, like, a smaller guy.
Do they, though?
Yes, Proffitt. Yes, Proffitt.
Come on. You got one guy that could suplex the shit out of every... Oh, wait. That'd be three guys that could suplex the hell out of everybody.
Exactly.
Well, team suplex. Let's go.
In my craze, do you know who I would love to have joined the Syndicate?
Who?
Kevin Knight.
He'd be good.
It's not going to happen anymore, but Kevin Knight, he would have... Bro, like, just think of the visual. They would have looked fantastic, bro. That's dead and gone now. It's not going to happen. But yeah, we shall see what happens next. After this, we had a backstage segment with all of the Death Riders. They also showed Pac losing to Orange Cassidy again. And all the Death Riders were talking. Pac was talking his big shit. about Darby Allin and a lot of competitors in there. Danny Garcia was just kind of talking. I don't even remember what he said. I'm gonna be honest. He said something about winners and whatever. I don't know, whatever. Trying to be menacing. He ain't there yet. What was menacing about this is we didn't see Jon Moxley at all in this segment. But then Jon Moxley walks onto the screen, and then all he says is, the very next time I see Darby Allin, he will get his face smashed in. That's a promise. And we also find out that Jon Moxley and Darby Allin have a face-to-face this week on the 3-hour version of Dynamite and the 1-hour Collision. That's going to be happening back-to-back this week. People might die. This might be bad. Proffitt, what are your thoughts? Yeah, I think the same thing. We will move on to the next part.
There we go.
There you go.
Good Lord. So I think it's going to be a bloody match, dude. Like, there's going to be glass and all that other stuff. And, it'll probably be like a Nick Gage match or something like that. It's going to go crazy.
I will be clutching my pearls, that's for sure.
It's going to be, it's going to be good stuff, man. Yeah, but I'm afraid for what's going to happen during that match.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. But we'll see. We got a week.
Yep.
Next up, we have a trios match between the Triangle of Madness, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, and Tekla, versus Timeless Toni Storm, Harley Cameron, and the AEW Women's World Champion, Kris Statlander. We thought there were going to be a little bit of beef between Stat and Timeless Toni Storm. There really wasn't until like near the end, but they were kind of, little miscommunications here and there. They were fighting. They were doing everything they could. This was one of those things where when Harley Cameron was in the ring, Harley Cameron was kind of getting beat down. But when Statlander and Toni Storm were in the ring, they were able to do their thing again. Which is interesting. This happened multiple times in multiple trios matches over the last couple of weeks. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Tekla did get the pin, beating Harley Cameron with that spear, that like spider dodge spear combo that she's doing now. And throughout this whole thing, there were points where Toni Storm and Kris Statlander were kind of like facing off a little bit. There was a point where they hit each other. Kris Statlander was like, "Hey, it's an accident. I promise. I'm not trying to do anything." And Toni Storm was not having any of that. They did end up losing again, like I said. Tekla got the win for the team. And after the match, Triangle of Madness they were chilling. They got the win, but Kris Statlander and Toni Storm were kind of in each other's faces. We'll see more of that a little bit later. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the match?
The match was fun. It's building that tension for. It's starting to build that tension between Toni Storm and. Well, not starting to. It's short of bullying over between Toni Storm and Kris Statlander. We already knew Harley Cameron was in the match. I didn't even know until they announced it that she was in the match. I was like, "Oh, Harley Cameron's here? Well, I know what's gonna happen now."
Yeah, someone had to lose.
But yeah, man, like it's building up to that, and I want this match to be great. I want it to be fantastic at Wrestle Dream, and we're also showing the next contender for the title after Timeless Toni Storm, which is going to be Tekla. So it's actually pretty interesting in all ways.
And I know we'll get there soon, but Tekla also gets to be one of the first women in a while to have a non-stipulation, non-title singles match on a pay-per-view with Jamie Hayter. And this is going to sound crazy, but do you know when the last women's single match without a title and without stipulation was on a pay-per-view?
When was that?
It was Britt Baker versus Saraya in 2022.
Really?
The last singles match for women without a title and without a stipulation was in 2022. The last singles match on pay-per-view between women that had a stipulation without a title was Willow Nightingale and Kris Statlander last year in that street fight.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
That's pretty nuts.
It's been damn near 3 years. So, well, 1 year if you want to count Kris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. So it's kind of crazy that we're getting this now, which shows you how high they are on Tekla, right? Like, just a monster. Just a perfect fit for AEW. Next up, we go in the back with Kenny Omega. He's sitting in his locker room. And he's talking about Don Callis, and he's like, bro, you've taken out my friends, my loved ones, and this never ends. This is personal. Why do we keep on doing this? And then, interestingly enough, there was a knock at the door, and it was Jack Perry. And Omega, rightfully, is like, what the fuck are you doing here? And Omega talked a lot of shit, and Jack was like, look, I understand. I get it. Just know, if you need someone, I have your back. And Omega's like, bro, fuck you and fuck that dinosaur. Like, I don't give a shit about either of you. But you know what? You want to have my back? Let's do something on Dynamite. And we find out later that we're going to be getting a trios match between 3 members of Don Callis' family and Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express. Any thoughts on this one?
Not really. I think that match is going to be good, though, next week.
I think so, too. Next up, this is the backstage segment. We had Kris Statlander and Harley Cameron. Harley tried to see if Statlander would be her tag team partner. She said no. Wheeler Yuta comes up, and Wheeler Yuta is just in women's business right now. And then Toni Storm comes up. Wheeler Yuta walks off camera doing like that thing with his collar. It's a meme now. You'll be able to see it on Blue Sky if you haven't seen it yet. And then Toni Storm and Kris Statlander get into each other's faces. So it's gonna be heated going into Wrestle Dream. Anything on here before we get into that what might be the best and worst segment of the night after? Next up we have MxMTV. They are doing their casting call. Second week in a row. We are waiting to see who it's gonna be, waiting to see what kind of match it is. We find out it's a trios match again, but it's against LFI. Sammy Guevara, Roosh, and Jurassic. Sammy just kinda here. Jurassic and Roosh do all the work. MXM tries to come back. They can't really come back super hard. It doesn't end up working out super well for MXM, and they end up losing. But again, Sammy Guevara, Roosh is about to win the match because he already hit the bull's horns, and he keeps on calling on Roosh like, hey, tag me in. And Roosh had that face. Roosh did not look like he wanted to do it, but he ended up doing it anyway. Sammy hit that swanton again, and it looked like it fucked up again because it hits too snug, and he was able to get the pin, and LFI win the match against MXM. Proffitt, do you have any thoughts on this match? I'll get into my thoughts really quick first. I don't like Sammy in the LFI. Like it just does not work. Like it doesn't work. It's not fitting. Like nothing that Sammy is doing feels good. And I haven't watched on whatchamacallit. I haven't watched on Ring of Honor, so I don't know how the thing is, like we talked about last week. But honestly, I'm just not a fan of Sammy right now. And hopefully it looks like Roosh isn't either, and hopefully we're getting there, but right now he just doesn't fit here. Like it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
My mic was muted and I was talking and I was like, oh, I didn't press the damn button on the mic. Yeah, so it makes calling them out hilarious, right? You could get any combination of matches now, which is pretty interesting since they're dynamic. But yeah, I agree with you. Sammy Guevara does not fit, dude. Not at all. No. Like he does not fit with that. He does not fit that group at all. It just feels kind of. I'm not gonna say it's shoehorned or anything like that. It just don't. Nothing about it feels right. Nothing about it feels genuine, or it feels like a genuine.
It really doesn't. Like this definitely feels like another shallow excuse to get Sammy back on TV. And honestly, y'all gotta do better because it's for me it's not working. I don't know if everyone else feels the same way that we do, but it just isn't working for me.
Yeah, same here. It doesn't work for me.
What does work for me though is the next match, because Beast Mortos was out there with LFI with his sunglasses on and everything. After the match is over and after LFI was celebrating, Eddie Kingston comes out, and we basically get the match started between Eddie Kingston and Beast Mortos immediately. And not only was this Eddie Kingston's best match since he's returned, but now it feels like he's doing the selling thing a lot more. Like I think this might be his new style where he's selling super hard and like falling over a lot. This wasn't happening a lot before with his matches, so it's new. And it worked really well with Mortos here, I think, because Mortos is just bigger and stronger and just felt right. So it was a really interesting match. I really did like it. We got a really snug Hurricane back fist from Eddie Kingston to win the match. Hook comes out and celebrates, and I guess something happened. Something was like taped after, I guess, but they cut it. Like Shibata came out to help them or something. But yeah, they didn't actually show that on TV. But you have any thoughts on this match?
No, it was Kingston starting to turn them gears. He's starting to get it back. So he's looking better and better. Mm-hmm. He's getting that rust off. For the most part, he's getting the rust off.
Because if he would have had a bad match be with Mortos, bro, I would have had he would have had to like go to Ring of Honor for a little bit or something, because there would have been no way.
Yeah, no, you have a bad match with Mortos? No, that's a no.
Next up, we're gonna rapid fire these last two segments. Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata beat the hell out of the Triangle of Madness after their trios match. Queen Aminata came in with like the headbutt from heaven, just destroyed Sky Blue, beat them down, and this is when we got the confirmation of the matches that we were talking about before, where we're going to get Jamie Hayter versus Tekla on the pay-per-view for Wrestle Dream, and we're going to be getting Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue on Dynamite. So this should be very interesting. Right after this, we talked about those Dead Trios titles. Shibata had to go out there and do a thing. He talked shit about Roosh and said, you know what, let's defend these titles. Let's defend these titles on this 3-hour episode of Dynamite this week, so I can beat your ass. And that's what's going to happen. Thankfully, the 3 members of LFI that are challenging are Beast Mortos, Drilistico, and Roosh. Not Sammy. Thank the heaven. He's probably going to be on commentary, though, which sucks.
Please, no.
God, I just...
Leave that guy off of commentary, for the love of... Oh, my goodness.
Bro, put him back in Ring of Honor. Just let him be there. I get... Oh, he's a pillar and we want to do all this stuff, but 1, the pillars have been dead for a long time, and 2, he's just not entertaining at all.
No. No.
Do you have any thoughts on these 2 backstage segments?
Both of the backstage segments were good. I do like that Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata's hatred for the Triangle of Madness, it just carries over. It's not like they forgot about it. It's like, no. We're going to mess you guys up every time we see you. Shibata challenging LFI, I think it was great.
Next up, we are going to our main event, and honestly, the match of the night. And honestly, no hyperbole, probably one of the most important matches in AEW. Mm-hmm. We had our mixed trios match between the top gods, Megan Bayne, Dax, and Cash, versus Jet Speed Babes, Willow Nightingale, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight. The reason why I say this might be one of the most important matches in AEW is because this was the closest to a true intergender match that we've ever had on AEW. Mm-hmm. Whenever there was a point where Willow was in the ring and Megan Bayne was in the ring. Megan Bayne got tagged out. Dax came in and they started wrestling. Like, Dax did not throw a strike at Willow, but Willow was beating the hell out of Dax. Also Cash.
Yeah.
There was another point where Megan Bayne felt like she was tossing around Jet Speed like they were nothing. Just everywhere. It was great. Like, that belly-to-back suplex that Megan Bayne did on Speedball was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
It was so good. There was a point where Dax got a pin on Willow Nightingale, which you don't ever see that happen on AEW TV, really. Like, that's not a thing that happens. There were points where when a man would tag in, the woman didn't have to tag. She had to actually tag to get out. It wasn't just automatically they switched. So this was this outside the match being a fantastic match, and if you have not watched this match, you definitely should. This might be a very groundbreaking segment and moment for AEW, and low key for like American wrestling. Because when's the last time we ever had, like, outside of TNA when they were doing it before, on like national TV? When's the last time we had like a semi-true intergender match like this before?
Glad you asked.
Ooh, you got it. I'm ready.
Lucha Underground. Yep.
But Lucha Underground wasn't on, like, what channel was Lucha Underground on? That's pretty big. So that's still like 10, 15 years ago. Lucha Underground's been gone for a long time, huh?
Yeah, it's been gone for a while.
So it's been at least a decade. Again, like I said, the match was also really good. And there were points where everything in the ring just felt natural. Like, it felt like a really good trios match. And it was interesting to see also the reactions to people, because everyone's saying the same thing, right? Because, like, we haven't seen this, especially in AEW. Now they can't go back. Well, they can't go back to doing what they were doing before. If you're going to be doing these mixed trios matches, they have to be like this going forward. I didn't talk a lot about the match. I just talked about, like, how historic this is for AEW. But I have to note that, sadly, Top Gods did get the win. With help from Penelope Ford and with help from Big Stoke. Willow took the pin against Megan Bayne. And Top Gods were not done. Megan Bayne and FTR were about to start just going at Just Be Babes. But Harley Cameron came out with the neck of a guitar wrapped in steel whatever, and ran them off. And Harley was able to help out Willow Nightingale, and it looks like that might be the tag team for the tournament. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I barely talked about the match, but again, if you have not watched this match, you made it this far in the podcast, please, after this podcast is over, just make sure you go watch the match, because Lord have mercy, this is, not only was it a good match, again, this is historic for AEW. Profit, what were your thoughts on this match and Collision as a whole?
This match was great. It did remind me of a Lucha Underground match from way back in the day. So, and hell, the trios titles and Lucha Underground was held by an intergender team, by the way, at one point in time. So, just to leave that out there. But yeah, no, it was a great match. I'm interested to see if they do it more, because like we do have another intergender team in the MXM, right? So we can see that going forward.
Yeah.
There's more ways to do it. And as a whole, Collision does what Collision does. It's just nonstop wrestling, man, which is fantastic. They hit on some storylines and just, let the rest of it talk with the wrestling, which is, it feels great. So overall, yeah, I enjoyed Collision a lot.
I thought the show was, I agree with you. I thought the show was really good. There's definitely going to be a lot to talk about, because now we are going into the week of Wrestle Dream. We're going into, like, literally in a few hours, we're going to get King of Pro Wrestling. We have a lot going on in the world of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
You have anything else that you want to talk about before we wrap this one up?
No, man. Let's wrap it up.
All right, y'all. If you made it this far, again, thank you so much. Proffitt can tell you all about the YouTube stuff. I am here to tell you, if you want to talk to us directly, make sure you are following us on Blue Sky. We are basically only on Blue Sky. We have a Twitter account, but that thing is dead. So if you want to talk to us, make sure you're on Blue Sky. You can follow the whole podcast at TAGPW Podcast. You can follow Proffitt at Proffitt, Proffitt. You can follow me at Shikoku. I never spell it. It's on the screen. You can find it if you want to follow me. We talk about everything there. We talk about pro wrestling, video games, anime. I'm going to be, well, it's going to be over at this point, but I'm going to be live on one of our accounts. I don't know, probably the THGPW podcast account, talking about King of Pro Wrestling. So if you're in the future and you haven't seen that, definitely go make sure you follow all of us over there. You can talk about all that. Now, also, if you want to listen to us on the go, you can't get on YouTube for whatever reason. You can't put us in the background. You don't have that YouTube Premium. You can follow us and listen to this podcast on Spotify. Spotify, you'll be able to listen to us on the go wherever you want. Very easy. The podcast goes up at the same time on Spotify and on YouTube, so you can listen to us either or. Take your pick is a very good way to listen to us also. Also, make sure you throw comments over there, because if you haven't, we can see those. And make sure you give us a rating, because we definitely need those. And thank you all for listening. We have a nice, solid few people that go over there and listen every week, so we thank you all. Now, Proffitt, tell the good people about the YouTube.
All right, guys. So first off, thank you. If you're listening on YouTube, even on Spotify too, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. So as far as YouTube goes, this is going to be the main place where you can get all of the previous podcasts. So I wanted to mention that, because we have a lot of episodes from previous podcasts. If you want to go through week by week and some of the older ones that we did, yeah, give it a shot. We got a lot of content here. So with that, first things first. Come on, get them comments, man. I know we be saying some stuff, and you guys look at us like, look, you not necessarily look at us, but you look at something and be like, man, these guys are crazy, and don't even comment. Boo, that sucks. Get them comments in there, so we can get a conversation going about the podcast and things like that. Next up, tap that like button. It helps us out. It gets the podcast to anybody else that is interested or would be interested in the AEW style podcast. So, lastly, subscribe, hit the bell button, so whenever our content comes out, you get it first. So, once again, thank you very much, and we're out.
Peace.